Aloha and welcome everybody to today's episode here on the Living Spiritual Greatness podcast. I'm so grateful again to have this wonderful interview guest that I have, this wonderful woman, Monique Mannen. We talked about her career as a dancer, how she got dumped and why especially, and how that made her life turn around, change to who she is today. I hope you enjoyed it. You will enjoy it as much as I did. And I wish you a lot of fun with today's episode. Have fun. We're in. Yay!
Yay!
Hello, everybody. This is so exciting. We're on the podcast, on a new episode today. Again, halfway around the world. And today I'm so excited to present to you, to have as my wonderful guest today, my dear Monique. I hope I said it right. As always, I've tried not to ask as little as possible beforehand so that I can be as blank as you guys are, so that we can listen to Monique's story, and I'm already excited. Hello, Monique. How are you?
Hi, May. Fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. It's so wonderful. Maybe in the beginning now for everybody, who are you today?
Who am I today? Well, who am I today? I have to talk about who I was before. So
Perfect.
I'm a mom, wife, dancer, actor, stage film producer, speaker, entrepreneur, humanitarian, and health advocate. And I was born in Suriname, raised in the Netherlands, and moved to New York City to pursue a dance career when I was a teen by myself.
Wow.
And I got scholarships with Joffrey Ballet, Martha Graham, and Alvin Ailey. And I decided to take on Alvin Ailey because it was one stop. And I wound up getting a real great career in dance with on chorus line with Prince, Sting, name it, lots of commercials, films. And then I became the first woman of color for Nexus Hair Care for a print ad campaign. And then I graduated the acting change. And one of my acting jobs was, I was for 2 seasons, I was a series regular on the show Florida Lady for ZDF with Wolfgang Rademann was the producer. Yes. And I played the character Teresita, the Mädchen von Alles. And it was amazing. It was amazing 2 years. And as a matter of fact, one of the producer's wife, I became very close friends with. She came to my wedding and, you know, my South American family wedding. And she felt like, wow, that was the best wedding I've ever been in my life, because it was just full of love, full of life, and majorly multicultural. It was amazing. And then I moved to acting, and I started producing plays and film. I did a short film that I produced that was in a film festival. And then in 2009, I went from hot to not, just like that, because I got sick. And it took them 3 years of try this, of try that, of try this. And one of the try this, I wound up in the hospital, and had 5 doctors scratching their head, not knowing what to do with me. So they put me on steroids in the drip system and sent me home with a 10-day pill supply of steroids and steroids cream, and still didn't know what was wrong with me. And then finally in June 2012, I got introduced to a natural product that changed my life. And then back to what you're saying, your purpose changed my purpose, because what it did for me, I made it my purpose to fight the Band-Aid revolution, you know, and to help people heal naturally on a cellular level, because our body are amazing bodies, because we can heal innately on a cellular level, naturally. And so that is my passion and purpose now.
That's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing this with us. We just like a completely, I mean, it does belong together, because I think as a dancer or actor, you also watch out for your health, especially because sometimes you have to change for roles, or for dancing probably as well, to keep yourself healthy all the time. So it sort of does belong together a little bit, but it is a slight turnaround, right? To change your life like that.
It's actually applies to everybody, because health is our greatest wealth. Without health, we have nothing, right? If I'm not healthy, I can't do. I found out from 2009 to 2012, I couldn't work because I wasn't healthy. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a complete change. How was that for you to make that decision to start doing that, to start working with health products?
Well, the thing is, like at first, I didn't want anything to do with the business, but I would have Tuesday with Science at my house with Dr. Jumper, because I wanted everybody to know that they had this option. Because it's science, it's a new science that people don't even know about, right? Because people just think supplementation, eating healthy, but it's not enough. Because our body is being bombarded by 321 zeros free radical damage, which causes oxidative stress. Not stress like you think stress, no, oxidative stress, which then becomes inflammation. And the root cause of that process, almost all health conditions are linked to that. Yeah. And then so 7 out of 10 doctors don't even know about this new science. So that's why it became my purpose and passion to let people know that this exists and that they have a choice, you know, there are options. Yeah.
To decide differently. Yeah.
That's yes. So nice. And so my job, so I love that I'm educating people on this new science, and then they know. It's like, okay, now they know, and now they can't undo that they know, and then now they have to make a choice if they want to implement that, right? It's all free choice and free will, right?
Definitely. Yeah. Always. Yeah. But it's also good to inform ourselves. Yeah.
That's right. Knowledge is power.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So amazing. I would like to go a little bit deeper into your background, because I know, maybe let's get started with Suriname itself. Suriname has an amazing story of different cultures as well, right? I mean, a lot of the Latin American countries do, but maybe you can share for the ones that don't know much about Suriname a little, maybe in a couple of sentences.
Yes,
like
sure.
What mixes do we have in there?
So Suriname is north of Brazil. So it's kind of like, and it's next to Venezuela, so it's kind of that flavor, but there was a lot of escaped slaves from Nigeria. There was also that came when the war was happening. So there was Dutch, and then there was the Dutch brought Indonesian, and Chinese came over. So it's like and then from East India and Indians were there. And then what's so amazing about Suriname is that in the bush, there's still tribe of they call them bush that straight from Africa, still living like that, and they haven't changed their ways at all. And the same thing is it for the native, what they call Native American, but in Suriname they're not Native American, but that's and they also live like that. And it's like, and it's amazing because I have beautiful chairs that were hand carved, just hand carved. And my mom keeps begging me, Monique, please don't throw it away because they don't hand carve it anymore. I said, no, Mom, I'm not. I got it. And so the art of handwork is still there, just like they weave hang mats. Hang mats. I love hang mats. And so it's multicultural. Like I call myself Heinz 57 sauce. Heinz 57 sauce is the sauce in America that has everything in it. And so I have, my mom's mom is a Portuguese Jew. My grandfather is, he looks like a white Cuban guy. My grandmother that passed away when my mom was a baby, my grandfather remarried and married 100% Chinese woman. That is the only grandmother I know. So it's pretty amazing. And then my father's side is mixed with East Indian and Indian and name it. And then my grandfather's great-great-grandmother was 100% Nigerian.
Oh my God.
I know. So I have, name it, I have it. So that's why whenever, like in America, every time when I go to an audition, they ask you to put in what your race is. And I would get so offended by it. I'm like, what the heck? Why? And why are we not just the human race? What the heck? And now that's the topic, right? Yeah. Human race. We are the human race.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's also one of the things that has always made me wonder, because especially the United States is such a great cultural mix of so many different people. And then to make it so visible on a passport or on an ID is, I don't know, it's, yeah. But I think this is so amazing. So how come, how does the, Netherlands fit in there?
Okay, because Suriname used to, I know, Suriname used to be a Dutch colony. And then when my parents got divorced, literally, divorce was finalized at 12. We got on the plane at 6 p.m. because all my mother's side had moved to the Netherlands. So
Okay.
that's how we moved to the Netherlands, because my mom wanted to be, because she was alone. She wanted to be with her family. And so that's how I wound up in the Netherlands.
Nice. So you have also, well, okay, if Suriname used to be a Dutch colony, how would you say, do you still have Dutch influence there nowadays?
Oh, I'm Dutch till I die. It's embedded in me, just like Surinamese is embedded in me. I love the culture. I love the food, the Surinamese food. Oh my goodness, you must taste. Next time when we can travel again, we meet up in Amsterdam and I will show you.
Please.
I will let you taste. I'll let you taste. It's amazing. And then you know, the Dutch culture. So I like it both. I like the generosity of the Surinamese people, because like I took my son when he was 8 years old to Suriname, and I asked him when we left, and he said, "What did you like best?" And he said, "The food and the people, because the people are so amazing. They will give you their last meal. They will give it to you. You know, they're just so generous and so kind-hearted people." And then the Dutch people, what I love about my Dutch side is I love that for Dutch people, the most important thing is, I cannot translate it exactly, but the closest translation is coziness. For them, for a Dutch person, the most important thing is sitting together with family, with friends, have a cup of coffee or have a beer, have a meal, and they just love that inclusiveness. You know, that's the most important thing to Dutch people. And you can see it because they treasure little things. Like, you know, in Europe, it's wet a lot, right? It rains a lot. So they treasure sunny day. And you can see the whole face light up, and they really appreciate it and they really treasure it. So Dutch people still have that childlike appreciation of little things. And that's what I love about that side of me as well. And I'm not ever going to deny it, because I love the Surinamese and I love this side. And I also love part of me now being in America. I love that as well. So I'm a triangle now.
That's what I was going to say, because I mean, moving to the US at age, how old did you say, like 14, 15, in your teens?
No, I was 15 and a half first time, and then I went back at 16 and a half again. Yeah, by myself. I won a dance contest, and the prize was a trip to New York. And the first time, my dance teacher was our chaperone. And I just was like, oh, the pearly gates of dance heaven opened up for me, because I went to see Alvin Ailey perform. I went to see the show Dancing, Bob Fosse's Dancing. I went to see Dreamgirls. And I was like, you know, and so it was like heaven on earth. So I told my mom, I have to go back. I have to go back. You're underage. No. And I said, Mom, but I have to, because at that time in the Netherlands, I was working on TV shows already, dancing.
Okay.
But I remember my teacher was booked to do a commercial, and he picked dancers, and then he took me aside, and he said, and he had picked me. And then he took me aside and he said, Monique, I'm sorry, I cannot use you, because the producers told me that the Netherlands wasn't ready to see a girl of color in a commercial on television.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So for me, it was like, you know what, Mom, I already done the TV shows in Holland. So there's a limited amount of work for me in the Netherlands. So I have nowhere to go. I hit the ceiling. And so I must I must. So I went. Best decision ever.
Especially because in the US, I think people of any kind of color have always, or not, maybe not always, but at least to me, I've always known people of all colors in the movies, right?
Yeah.
I mean, usually. I don't know how it
but
is.
You have to remember, but you have to remember, this was the 80s, right? 1980. And the thing is, like, New York was not like what it was now, because New York has been cleaned up tremendously. But because I literally went like this to New York, I'm to dance. I'm going to dance. I'm going to be a dancer, you know. And so I didn't see none of that madness is going on, because I would literally go to dance class, go back, and I would stay at the Vanderbilt YMCA. I still know the address, 225 East 47th Street. And the manager, and God forgive me, I don't remember her name, but that woman was an angel to me. She took me under her wing and became my second mama there. She got me a job, and I was doing the hospitality desk. And, you know, welcome to YMCA. And of course I spoke Dutch, and I could understand German. So I could really navigate to the foreigners that were visiting. And then she moved me up to the switchboard, you know, the answering the phone. That was hilarious, because that was like that should have been a scene in a TV show or a movie, because when I first got there, my English was not that good. And I was very, you know, and so here I am, broken English being taught from Germany, from Switzerland, from China, from name it, from all over the world, and trying to understand one another. It was hilarious. Yeah.
And that's like the most beautiful thing once you start getting those mixes, right? That's one of the things why I still love to hang out in hostels at some point, because it's just, I don't know, it's so easy to get in contact with other people. If you're in a hotel, it's a little bit harder, I feel, always.
Well, I'm not like that. I don't like hostels anymore. Sorry.
Oh, I didn't say I like staying there, just hanging out a little bit every now and then.
I love comfort. Just like I don't like camping, I love comfort.
Me too. That's my Latina side. It's like, no way.
No. What? I got to go to the bathroom. What there? No.
And this is not trying to say that camping is bad. If you guys love it, please love it. It's really, I think it's amazing to be in nature. But
my daughter, my kids love it. My kids absolutely love it. My sister and her husband do it all the time and love it. It's just not for me.
Yeah, I mean, well, actually, I have one spot, and that's actually on Hawaii, but only in my own hammock that I have that has a mosquito net, and that's good. That's the only place I'll do camping.
But I'm sorry, I won't be able to sleep a wink, because I would hear noises, I'm like, what is that? No, I want to have a wall around me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's way more comfortable, definitely.
Yeah.
But one of the things, to come back to your story, one of the things that I really loved about it is that you really set your heart and your head and everything into dancing.
Yes,
and you
I was
with that
focused.
You manifested it. Yeah,
I was focused. It was not up for discussion. It was like people always tell you, what is your plan B, plan C? I didn't have it. My plan A, B, C to Z was dance. Then it turned into adding acting and modeling. But that was it. That was my dream. That was my dream, to dance professionally. I've always been a ham. I'm that girl. If the show, the microphone is not on, I would jump on the stage and go like, entertainment is here.
That's so perfect. Yeah. What would you say to someone that maybe has this dream, has always had a dream of doing something specific, maybe like dance or like acting, or even maybe doing something with health products, but is still a little bit afraid of actually making that step?
Okay, for me, that the step to health was the hardest one. Mm-hmm. The step moving to New York, pursuing a dance career, was so easy because it was effortless, because that was my dream, But once you have to step outside of what the norm was, I've always danced. I've danced since I'm 6 years old. So the next step was harder. It was harder. But my attitude, because it's like I've only performed. I've only been in front of the camera. I've never done just me, me talking to someone and introducing and educating them about it. Before, you know what I mean? It's like now it's instead of entertaining, now I'm doing educating. And so it's a big transition. But my attitude about anything in life, and I wholeheartedly believe in that anybody can do anything their heart desires. You just have to put the work in, put the effort in, and go after your dreams. Go. Sitting at home, talking about it, or keeping it in your head, you definitely not going to get it. Right? You got to go in action. Yeah. Or like Nike said, just do it.
Just do it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I think it's so wonderful because even though it was this, how do you say, with the whole sickness that you had, but at some point, somehow you needed that so that you could find out what happens with our health, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't be right now fulfilled with that dream, new dream.
That's right. And what's so funny, because my mom is an intellectual. And so for her, it was very hard to accept that I wanted to pursue a dance career and not go after something intellectually, professionally. And so now I joke with her because I have a lot of my business partners are doctors or clinical nutritionists, and I joke with her. I said, "Mom, aren't you proud of me? I'm going to the poor man's medical school now." Ooh.
Yeah, she must be happy now.
Oh, my mom is so proud. Oh, she's so proud. Trust me. That woman is so proud of all of her 4 kids. She's so proud. That, that South American mom, and she was a single mom. She took care of us as a single mom, had to do three jobs, to take care of us 4. And she did
how was that culturally? Because I know that probably, I mean, I don't know, but I think that some of my family members probably would prefer to just stay married instead of going through a divorce. Still, even though we're living now in this age, how was that for your family, for you, with the whole system in Suriname?
For what, my mom is a very strong woman. And, my dad, being a South American lover boy, every time my mom was pregnant, somebody else was pregnant. And so finally with the last one, she had it. She's like, "I'm done. I'm out. I love myself more than I love you. I'm choosing me." And I'm so proud of her. And my mom really showed us by example to choose you and not settle. And never settle. And if she would have stayed married, she would have settled and be in an unhappy marriage, not being the queen of the house, because he was always out there, He eventually did settle down, thank God. But, but I'm proud of my mom because that took a lot of courage. That took a whole lot of courage, exactly for the reason why you said that.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, I know it's still out there that people have that pressure that, oh my God, if you married once, you have to stay married and that until the end and everything. And I understand that that's a value that some people want for themselves. But on the other hand, and I think that is so amazingly beautiful because that's one of the things I've lived, like even friends here in Germany that right before they actually decided to separate, they were also thinking about it because you have your kids and everything, and you don't want to mess a family up. But that's one of the things that I think that is so beautiful about your story, because your mom showed all of you guys with that, like you said, to choose yourself, to be true to yourself, and that's a way bigger gift that you can give to your kids than to try to stay together, not in an unhappy marriage.
Right. But, I've been married for 23 years, happily married. I found an amazing guy. So for me, I'm old school still, very old fashioned like that. But I do have a rule. That bond will be broken if you cheat or if you become abusive. Those are non-negotiable. The other ones, that can be worked out. With communication, it can be worked out. But cheating and abusiveness cannot be worked out. Sorry. That's my deal breaker.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Because I feel that sometimes, you have that thing that if your parents divorce, then you're probably going to get divorced at some point. But in this case, because your mom showed you guys to have that self-worth,
that's right.
You probably chose partners that were, I mean, I don't know how it is with your siblings, but you probably chose partners that were the right fit and had the same values as you guys had.
Not at first. I had my journey with that because at first I was choosing partners that were emotionally unavailable, like my dad. So I was choosing my dad, bad choices. And as a matter of fact, I remember I was in Orlando, Florida. There's this park, this beautiful park, rose garden, everything. And I was sitting in the park crying while I was doing Florida Lady. And, series regular, supposed to be on top of the world, right? But I was like, wait a minute. What is it about me that I keep attracting a-holes, bad guys? And then that park, I made the decision. It's a decision you have to make. From this moment on, I am no longer allowing a-holes in my life. The next person, the next man that I'm allowing in my life is going to treat me like a queen. I don't have to teach him. I don't have to educate him how he's supposed to. He's going to know. He just does. He just is. That's who he is. And so I made that, and I wrote a list. I highly recommend writing your list for your career, for your love, for whatever. It really works. I'm living 80% on my letter. Write the list of, envision the partner that you want, envision the career that you want, and write it in details, what you want. And the sky is the limit, right? Because you're shooting for the moon and you're going to land on a star, right? Right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying. This is so beautiful about every part of your story, because in every part it's focus on where you want to go, focus on what you want to do, focus on what you want to have,
and decide.
Exactly.
And decide that you deserve it, and know that you deserve it. I have a lot of single friends, and I tell them all the time, it's like, look, don't wait for a man to make you happy. So you become the partner that you want to be, that you want to have. And then you will attract that partner, right?
Exactly, because that's how we get I think it's so interesting because you said about the unavailability. I used to have, my pattern with men was that I thought they only had me to have something beautiful to show off. And until I realized, wait, I'm not even giving, like, how can I choose a different kind of partner if I myself am not even opening up more, so that I'm not just something beautiful they can show off, so that they actually get to know the true me. Right. But I wasn't even giving them any chance for it, so they could only have me as that.
That's right.
And owning that is like, okay, and then like you said, focus on where do I want to go, what do I want to do, what's important in my life. Right.
And then make sure you write down that the person accepts me. That's why I love this line in what's that movie? Jerry Maguire. He goes, he loves me just the way, no, it was Love Actually. He loves me, or was it, Love Actually. He loves me just the way you are. Just the way you are. Or it was Bridget Jones' Diary. Bridget Jones' Diary. Remember when Colin Firth, I think his name is?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he said, I love you just the way you are. That's everybody's women's dream, right? That to be loved just the way we are good, are bad. But it's not only women, it's everybody. Everybody wants to be loved just the way we are.
Exactly. And it's about allowing ourselves to be the way we are.
And trust that's enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's so deep. No, but it's basically wrapping everything up. That's like the most important thing. So just really to focus and to really embrace and allow yourself to dream big. I mean, how big were your dreams, and how many of those did you conquer along the way, and much more probably.
Right. That's right. And then also, for me, another thing, because I fought doing the health and wellness business, right? Because I'm an entertainer. And but the thing is, like, me fighting it and me having amazing mentors educating me, and the doctors, come on, the amazing doctors I'm hanging out with. I have gone through serious personal growth, because I learned on the way, as a dancer, as an actress, especially as dancers, we're almost like sheep, we get the job, the choreographer shows us the step, the director shows us the blocking, the choreographer, pass it on to us. We do what we're told to do. We do what we're told to do, and so that's all I knew. And so now it's like I'm stepping into my own space, and I'm deciding what I want to do. And so so after I got sick and 3 years not working, and went from hot to not. And I mean from hot to not, what that means is that I wasn't wanted anymore. I couldn't even buy an audition. They wouldn't even see me for an audition, because I had rashes and hives all over me. And this is your calling card.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Especially for dancers, models,
Right.
and actors in general.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. I had my agent that I've had for 20 years dumped me. And that agent made a lot of money from me, with me, and dumped me because I was sick. And I couldn't believe it. And so I literally, they have this saying, like, I have fallen, I can't get up. And I literally went to like a dip, because I used to have my identity as the working dancer, the working actress, the working model. And now I didn't have that anymore. So I felt like I didn't have an identity anymore. I didn't know who I was. So I felt really lost. And also that I was living my life with the job, booking the job. So I would get the call, you booked it, yay, happy, happy, happy. And then down, yay, booked it, and you know what I mean? So I had really I thought I had control, but I really didn't, So I feel in a crazy way what I went to the personal growth for is because through this health and wellness business, I got my sense of control back, And so I made a decision that I only do things that make me smile. I don't want it if it doesn't make me smile. And I remember after I got well, I went to my first audition back, and it was a producer's call for a TV show, for a hit show. And there was 20 women in the room. And I knew the work of all 20 of them. And I was like, wow. I mean, and the thing is, like, the audition was they needed 5 women for under 5 lines. What that means is, like, the pizza is here. Hey, Bob, I'm here. Just little lines. And then I realized, oh, they're making me start all over again. Oh, okay, got it. And I made that decision just sitting right there in the waiting room. Nope, this is not making me smile. I'm out. I literally called my agent from the parking lot. I'm out. This is not making me smile. Thank you, but no thank you, click. And have not looked back. And I did do a show. I was a recurring role because the producer and the writer, he created a role for me, and he called me up. He said, hey, Monique, I'll be honored if you play my mom. And I wind up doing that. And it was a great experience, but I won't audition. No, I'm good. To me, no, no, because no.
I love your reaction.
No, because the thing is, like, because I used to make auditions life and death, and put so much pressure on myself. And by the time I made it in the room, I would be like, So a lot of the jobs that I've done is because people have seen me in a play, people have seen me work, and they will offer me the job. But my actual auditioning, booking a job was not very much. because I would fall apart at the audition, because I would, and the reason why is because I would put so much pressure on myself to be perfect. And, to be perfect doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And the thing is like, and if you strive to be perfect, it only gets you in your head. It only, what's the word? It also makes you a professional procrastinator, right? So when I would work on
oh my God, yeah. Yeah.
I would work on my audition and I would procrastinate because I wasn't sure, oh, I can do it this way, or I can do it that way, I can do it this way. And then I would like, oh, which choice? And I would procrastinate working on it because I didn't know what choice to pick. You know what I mean? And so I despised auditions, the process. I despised it as an actor. And not as a dancer, but as an actor, I despised auditions. And it didn't make me smile anymore. It just really, because I would get so, and I was like, oh, no, I don't want anymore. I don't want it.
I think I think it's amazing because on one hand, like you said, your first love, passion, purpose was the dance. And now years after, once you got out of there, you start seeing where it wasn't as much love there, how much stress it was doing,
Well, no. Dancing.
No, sorry, I think I said it the wrong way. I know the love for dancing is still there, but
always
the way it is still done nowadays, the whole, how do you say, mechanics surrounding it, like the auditioning for it, and like just being the sheep because you just do whatever they tell you to do. And now how you've seen that and how self-empowered you are in yourself,
right,
and your own strength to say,
right,
hey, I know what I want, and I don't want to be someone that just takes orders.
Right.
I want to be someone that creates.
Right, but I have to give it to the new generation, though. The new generation is stepping up. The new generation dancers, they're creating their own. They're starting dance companies. So people, dancers are stepping up, and I'm very proud. I'm a proud dancer. I'm dancer for life because that's my DNA. It's in my DNA. That's who I am. I will always be a proud dancer. So, when I see a beautiful dance, it just come on. When you see somebody telling a story through movements, through dance, that's a gift. It's so special to watch that.
I know. No, sorry. That's why I tried to explain it better. But, and I love how you said to take out all the things that you don't like, that don't make you happy. Because now you can dance freely for yourself. If you ever have the pull, you'll probably even produce something yourself if you feel like doing it, and you're going to do it because you focus on it and you want to do it. So the only thing that was missing, the link that was missing that came through the sickness that basically gave you a stop sign, was to actually look at, are you loving what you're doing right now? Or are you maybe investing more, and with that making the love for it smaller? That's what I was trying to say. Because of auditions like that, because of probably also, I don't know how the directors are, maybe they're also not very nice sometimes, and you still have to put up with them because you're the dancer.
I've been very blessed. I've had some amazing directors, amazing choreographers that I work with. I don't have that experience. I had a couple of choreographers that are old school that would yell. And I remember there's one, I'm not going to say any names. I remember there's one guy, there's two times it happened to me. And they were like, they came in my face because I messed up the step, and they came in my face yelling, "What was that?" And I went, "I don't know." And I started laughing, and they looked at me. Oh, I cannot break this one down. So never mind. Let me find somebody else that I can break down and take my aggression out on.
Oh my God. That's so beautiful. But it's probably also your positive attitude that also attracted the beautiful people around you. So that, right? Because I always, if someone is self-conscious, it's sort of, I always think it's sort of like with dogs that smell fear. It's like they get the people in that
Yes,
now that
exactly.
they're, yeah.
Exactly. And then the thing is, like, part of also was is that I have an accent, right? So I literally would go into the, that's another thing that I had to overcome, trying to speak without an accent, because right away they couldn't wait to go, where are you from? Where's your accent from? Oh, because they have to put you in a box. With acting, they put you in a box. And I'm so happy to see that now that the lid of the box has been opened up. You know what I mean? Because now you see a lot of multicultural on TV as well now, even in commercials. You know, it's so exciting. And same-sex commercials now are happening in shows. You know, it's like it's
I
being so,
know.
you know, people are
I mean,
evolving.
Trevor Noah, having someone from South Africa working over there.
I love, I love Trevor Noah. I
Me too. I
love
love him
Trevor
so much.
Noah.
Yeah.
He just tells it like it is, and I love that about him. And without emotions, he
Yeah.
just gives you facts, and I love him for that. Yeah.
Me too. That's how I get the news from the US. But yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. I think, like you said, it's moving around, you know, people, even like you said, in commercials, people are noticing. I think that especially if you want to sell something, you need to, you know,
Life,
resonate with the people of life. And if you only
real
take
life.
one way,
Yes,
you know, people in one that
right,
look just one way, you're never going to touch
right.
the 90
People,
other percent.
right. People want to see themselves be represented.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
everywhere. Yeah.
Everywhere. Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's so
The human
beautiful. That's
race.
really beautiful. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. So amazing. My dearest Monique, let us talk a little bit more about what you do exactly right now, because I know we talked about it a little bit before. That's one of the few things we did talk about before. You also go and do speeches and inspire people with your story. How and where do you do that?
Well, I've done it at different places. Like I did it for the Nurse CEO event. I've done it for you know, different podcasts. For my daughter's school, you know, to inspire the kids. I'm also a mentor. I mentor. It's a place called Monday at the Mission. It's a homeless shelter that have these kids, you know, that needs some assurance that their address is not their destination, is not, it doesn't define them, you know. So they need people like not just like me. So we have guests like, oh, one time, oh my goodness, we had the first man on the moon on the moon as a guest speaker for them,
Oh my God, that's
Mr.
beautiful.
Buzz. And I had
Yeah.
no idea. At that moment, I realized that, you know, the character Buzz Lightyear, you
Yeah.
know, that was
From
really
Toy
about,
Story. Yeah.
yeah, but it's really the guy, the first man on the moon. I had no idea. And when he was speaking, I was like, oh, dear, in person. And, you know, and you could see the kids, because here is someone like that. And it was his birthday. It was on his birthday that he came to give back to these lovely kids. And you know, and that is like a gift already to these kids, that someone thinks enough of them to give their time to them. You know, we had Paul, I think it was Paul Mitchell, turned out a billionaire, hair billionaire, that used to be homeless. And you know, how awesome is that for them to hear, like, look, this is not your destination. You can decide what you want to do, because I was homeless like you, you know, and look at me now, you know. And so we get them guests like that to inspire them, to remind them that that's not their end destination, you know. And so
Yeah, that's so beautiful.
I have this one. Well, there was a couple that want to pursue entertainment, and only one was very serious. So I'm mentoring her, and
Nice.
yes, it's a lovely 13-year-old girl, just absolutely lovely. And you know, one moment there was this one 9-year-old young lady, and it was so heartbreaking. At first, she wanted to become you know, she wanted to become, I don't know, different things she wanted to become. She would change her mind every week. And then finally she said to me, she said, you know what? I know what I want to do. I want to become a child advocate.
Oh.
at 8, 9 years old. Wow. Because she's seen the treatment that they get in, it's, just because they're homeless, doesn't make them less human.
No. And I know, especially for children.
Just circumstances happen. And, and really, we all are one step away from homeless, one bad turn, one bad decision. Nobody is immune to becoming homeless, nobody is. So
and that's so beautiful to be able to help these kind of people, especially kids, because I mean, like you said, sometimes the kids,
they're innocent.
For the grown-ups, like you said, it's one bad decision, one bad turn, but it's on us. And for children, it's a lot of the times it's not on them. It's not.
They have nothing to do with it. No.
Exactly.
No. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, that's amazing. And how about your health part? What kind of people are the ones that come and work with you?
At first it was like people that are looking for solutions, people that first thing for them is their health and wellness. And then it becomes people that want to be preventative. And then it's people that preventative is too late. Now they have a diagnosis, so now they got to do something, right? Mm-hmm. And it's really sad to see how people don't take how many people take their health for granted. Mm-hmm. How they take it for granted. And it's like, be preventative. Be your own health advocate. Read what you're putting in your body. Read what you're putting on your body. There's a Think Dirty app, right? It's a free app. And you can put your product that you're using. You will be blown away and shocked to see how many products you yourself are using right now that are on the dirty list. And what that means is if it's on the dirty list, it's bad for the environment, bad for you. Because 60% of what you put on your face or on your head gets absorbed. So if you have chemicals in the product, that's 60% of the chemicals get absorbed in your skin and goes into your cells.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what I'm doing. My mission and passion is to educate people to become their own health advocate and really know and do the due diligence, know what they're putting in their body. And my passion is to educate them. There's a new science out there that, there's supplementation. Supplementation is to supplement your body, but it's become obsolete because our body is being bombarded by 321 zeros of free radical damage, right? The root cause of that damage is inflammation, it's oxidative stress causing havoc, damaging your cells, and the result of that is it's a condition. Almost all health conditions, the root cause is that free radical damage. And now because of the 321 zeros, just supplementation is not enough. It's not enough. It's like throwing a Dixie cup of water on a house of fire because your body's on fire because of the free radical damage. So here's this natural product that activates your own body to do what it was meant to do and supposed to do in the first place, to make antioxidant, make 1 million every second. Now you have a solution for your body being on fire, your body being your house on fire. Right? Mm-hmm. And so here is a natural product that has over 25 published studies on the product by name, not ingredients, because there's a lot of companies that are out there, we have studies. And then you go on PubMed.gov and there's no studies. But check out turmeric. Yeah, turmeric has thousands and thousands of studies because of the anti-inflammatory that it does. You know what I mean? So just because you have a smidgen of turmeric in your product doesn't mean your product has studies. Turmeric has the studies, not your product. And so here's the first time that a natural product has studies on the product. And because of that, the evidence, and it has 7 USA patents and 5 international. When you get patents on herbs that have been around for centuries, that means it does what it says it does, because you cannot get a patent on it because it's the recipe of the scientists that took them 40 years to create it, to have 5 herbs to work synergetically together to make it an activator. So eating just blueberries, boom, and broccoli and glasses of wine, you know, to get antioxidant moving. Come on, you know, it activates to make 1 million every second. And your own body does it. It upregulates your glutathione by 300%. Just go to Google Scholar and look up glutathione, look up oxidative stress, look up NRF2 science, because this is a new science called NRF2 science. And what that does is, NRF2 science is a science that activates a protein in your body to make antioxidants. So your own body is doing it.
Nice. So how would that look like? You probably give them, is that like something I take? Like a root supplement? Nice.
It's not a supplement, it's an activator, but it comes in the supplement category because it's a new science and they don't have just a category just for one product. So it comes under the supplement category. And, you know, there was like, out of the 26 studies, the 3 that stand out to me was the Washington State study. The Washington State study came back saying NRF2 activation is the most profound, the most therapeutic, the most preventative in the history of medicine.
Wow.
Huge. And then the other one is the NIA study, National Institute of Aging, which is the Department of the National Institute of Health. They've been studying for over a decade every ingredient, every product in the world. And the study conclusion after a decade came back that this natural NRF2 activator is the only one that adds lifespan.
Wow.
Huge. Yes, huge. And but here we are, 7 out of 10 doctors don't know it exists. If 7 out of 10 doctors doesn't know it exists, so the regular population really doesn't know it exists, right? So just like Dr. Jumper was sharing with me, it's like, because I was really confused about, because a doctor can read a study, you know, a nutritionist, you know, can read a study. And I was like, what is it that they're fighting it so much? What is it that they just go like this? He said, Monique, you have to understand, they go to medical school and they find out this is the disease, this is the medicine. That's all they trained in. They're not trained in nutrition. They're not trained into, oh, wow, your body can heal itself. You know, they're not trained in that. So for them, they're the hardest one out of doctors. And then some people have put so much power to a doctor that the doctor is a know-it-all. It's the end of all, that they know it all, and but it's not true. And that's why my job is to educate people. Become your own health advocate. Know what you put in your body. If you get a prescription, and I'm not saying, because some instances you need the pharmaceutical medicine. Absolutely, I'm not saying that. But right now, the way the world is at, people are over medicated. They're getting a medication and then the side effect, they need another medicine. The side effect, they need another medicine. So people are over medicated. So it's like, find out, okay, what is it that you're putting in my body? What are the side effects? Okay, do you have something else that doesn't have that, you know, those side effects? Be your own advocate.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. And I think it's so, and there's also, I think there's also the thing with the whole pharma industry also being in the way, because if you have something this little that heals everything, why do we still need everything else? So I think there's this pull. It has always been ever since
you're sometimes still going to need pharmaceutical medicine for certain conditions, of course. You know, that's not going to be, but let's be preventative. So it doesn't have to come to a condition. So it doesn't have to come that you have to take it to lower your diabetes or lower your blood pressure. You know, and I never will say to somebody, oh, this is a miracle pill. Take this. Don't take your diabetes. No. Let's activate your body. Let's get your body in balance. Continue taking your medicine. Then get your blood work done, and your doctor will reduce it or let your doctor take you out, because numbers don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. No, but that's what I'm trying to say. I think some people, it's probably like you said, it's not a miracle medicine, but it's something that can help you, and it's natural. But I think you said it earlier. It's about just, you know, if I only look at the symptom and heal that, you know, So I get sick, and then I find something against my sickness, but I don't look at the core where it came from. And that's the thing with natural medicine, because it works on the core. It works on where it is, where it's coming from, and changes that. So I don't have to work on the symptoms. I can work on where it's coming from. And that makes the difference.
That's right. And the beauty about the synergy of this recipe, and he got the scientist, he got a Nobel Peace nomination for it. He got an Elliott Crescent Award for it. Elliott Crescent Award is they give it to people that change mankind. He was the last person to receive that award in 1998. The past recipients were Bell for the phone, Madame Curie for flight, Henry Ford got it not for the car, he got it for creating the assembly line. So it's a huge deal to get that award. And Dr. McCoy was the last person to receive that award. And he has a blood unit named after him, because of his findings of, what free radical damage does to your body, so that you can measure it. And so the synergy of what he created makes it 1,800 times more potent than taking each individual ingredient that is in the product. That's the difference. And, because I have people all the time, they're like, oh, I'm taking those herbs. Wonderful, wonderful, but they won't become an NRF2 activator, meaning activating your own body to make an antioxidant machine. Your own body will make it, like up to you like your 20s or when you're young, well, sometimes till 10, 12, your body naturally makes antioxidants. So that's why, a lot of kids it's very hard for them to get sick, right? Because their immune system is stronger, because they have this antioxidant machine, this garbage man in their body, just cleaning up, like get out, nope, bye, out. And when we get older, those garbage men go on strike. Yeah. So that's what is it. It gets the garbage man, like flipping the switch inside of your body, get back to work and start making more good guys and get rid of the bad guys in my body. I hope that's simple.
Definitely. Is that something I have to take forever, or is it?
Yes, because
a certain amount of time.
Yes, people take supplement forever. People, and then it's not enough to fight off the free radical damage. The free radical damage is not going to stop, right? It's only going to get worse. They just added 5G towers. The free radical damage is only going to get worse. And you have to understand, free radical damage is like an apple. You cut an apple in half, you leave it on the counter, it starts getting brown, right? That's the oxidation happening. Same thing is happening inside of a body. You breathe, you have free radical damage. It's an equal opportunity attacker. If you breathe, you have it. And athletes have it even more. Because they breathe more. Mm-hmm. And that's why animals age, like dogs age faster, because of the panting that they constantly do. Mm-hmm. And so the animals have faster results because their oxidative stress is so high. So there's like amazing testimonial videos on animals. And animals don't have a placebo effect. They either feel better or they don't.
True. We need the placebo.
We can psych our head to go like, oh, I took a pill. Oh, I feel better, but an animal doesn't have that.
True.
Right?
Oh, that's so amazing. And it's very interesting. I'm already looking forward, because I know we have something in the link that so that everybody, if you guys want to go deeper on this topic and learn more about this activator, definitely go and look on the link.
Yes, and it will be my honor. It will be my absolute honor. And trust me, it will not be any sales. It will just be educational. And then and now and it's up to you. What do you want to do? Well, now And do you understand when I said that because the free radical damage doesn't stop, and that's why you're going to have to keep protecting your body for the rest of your life, because the free radical damage doesn't stop.
Yeah, until we mutate as human beings.
Right. And there are studies that are coming out now that people, that scientists are saying that people can live like 150 years old and longer. But the thing is, like, if that's going to happen, I want to have quality of life. I don't want to be 150 years old with 18 different medication and, you know, and not have quality of life. I don't mind being older, but have quality of life. You know, be able to enjoy my kids and my grandkids and maybe even great grandkids. That would be freaking awesome. You know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I think especially what you said, like having the quality of life, being able to walk around. Like I've seen it with my grandparents not being able to either walk or try. I mean, I have one. My grandmother's 93 years old, and she still travels in between the U.S. and Ecuador. And I mean, she's in a stage where she now needs help, you know, with a wheelchair, but she's still doing it. And I don't. Well, you're not supposed to compare, but in comparison, my German grandmother, she had diabetes, and I remember the last 20 years before she passed away, she kept saying, "Oh, I wish I could fly. I wish I could travel."
Yeah.
And she couldn't. So,
Right.
you know, there's this, where do I have the quality? Maybe she decided not to
Right.
travel so that she could feel better. On the other hand, my other grandmother loves being, you know, with the whole family, and that's why
Yeah.
she still travels.
Right.
And
But it's a lifestyle change, right? Because
exactly.
your grandmother, the one that's 90 years old, she eats healthy, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lifestyle changes. So you know, you just can't take a pill and think that magic is going to happen. You still have to eat healthy as well. You're going to have some moderate exercise. It's a lifestyle change to do things that are good for your body. Because
Exactly.
if you take care of your it's your temple, right? Take care
Yeah.
of your temple.
Yeah. And come on, everybody takes care of their car, or most of the people.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness! I'm so glad you brought it up. I had this one person tell me, oh my God, it's $1.40 a day. That's too expensive. I said, are you kidding me? Seriously, you spend more on a cup of coffee or a beer in a restaurant, and that is just for a monetarily high or feeling, but it's not healing you on a cellular level. And remember, our health is our greatest wealth. Without health, nothing. And then the thing is like, and people will pay for their car insurance, for their home insurance, and their car, what is 20,000, 50,000. So you're trying to tell me that your car is more important than your life, than your health?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But then
Exactly.
it's to me, it's like, it doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense to me when someone said, oh, but it's $1.40 a day. And I'm like, how much do you pay for your car insurance for a car that depreciates in value? You know, you
Yeah.
get health insurance, you get all these insurances just in case. Why not give yourself the gift of preventative health insurance?
That is also, I mean, no, not just in case, because it just helps you.
It's to prevent from crap
Exactly.
happening in your body,
Exactly.
from conditioning creating in your, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm so glad you brought that up. Perfect analogy.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We spend so much money for so many other things, and for what? To live maybe 10, 20 years with happiness with those things before they, like you said, fall apart.
Right.
And if I have my health, I can do so much more and way
Right.
longer.
Exactly. Because you can't, all the things, you can't take it with you. You know, someone told me one time, he said, you know, I've never seen a Brinks truck following a hearse. Brinks is those trucks that have money in them.
Oh yeah.
That deliver money to the banks and pick up money from different stores, restaurants, whatever. You've never seen that following a hearse. A hearse is when a casket is in the car. You never seen that. You can't take it with me. And I'll have a funny joke about that. There was a husband that was very wealthy, and he was on his sick bed, and he said to his wife, he said, I don't want anybody to have any of my money. I don't want you to have any of my money. I want all my money in my coffin. And she was like, no problem. I will do that for you, sweetheart. So guess what she did? She wrote him a check, put the check in the coffin. There is all your money. Rest in peace. You can't take it with you.
No.
You cannot take it. So
he's never going to check it in.
And that goes my saying again. live life to the fullest.
Yeah.
You only get one life to live, especially now what we're dealing with. We see so many people going, so many people getting sick. If that is not a huge, loud message, live in the moment, live, 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 and only do things that make you smile. And that saying is not just like, oh, let's go skating, oh, let's go hopscotching. No, I'm talking about the food you eat. Is it making you smile? If it doesn't make you smile, don't put it on your butt. You know, you know what I mean? It's like, if it's really, enjoy it. Don't put yourself on the guilt trip. Enjoy it and enjoy the experience that you're going through while you're eating this lovely food. Same thing with company. If the person in front of you is making you feel small or not even seeing you, you know, talking at you, that's a person that's not making you smile. Let it go.
Yeah.
And the same thing with surroundings. So it applies to anything in life, right? Only do things that make you smile. Surround yourself with people that make you smile.
Yeah,
Eat food that makes you smile.
Exactly. And follow your passion. Follow your passion.
Follow your heart.
Focus on them and just go for it.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. And I, you know, I'm like, I am over the moon blessed, but it's a mindset because I've always been blessed. I've always been blessed. We all have. We always have been blessed, you know, but it's like, it's a mindset. And so now I'm in major gratitude because I truly see how blessed I am, you know?
Definitely. And it's, it's amazing. I really love your story because even though it has this, you know, the part where the sickness, and I mean, 3 years, that's a huge stretch for being on a low place like that. But it's so wonderful because with that, you've shown, you know, because there were a couple of things in your life that weren't working properly. So the universe sends you this situation to learn, to grow, to be stronger, to readjust where you want to spend your time with. And to become this wonderful advocate, doing so much wonderful work all over the place. It's really, really amazing. I'm really grateful that you took the time to talk to me today and to us.
It was my pleasure. It was my pleasure and honor.
Thank you so much. One last question. I think I told you there's one scripted question. Is there any book that you could recommend that you could say, that's something that changed my life, or that's a book that, you know, brought a lot of things into my thinking world, into my mindset?
Well, you know what? When I was in the midst of my madness, I got this book because I believed them that I was not worth it. I believed them. And I read, God, what is this book? It's the gratitude, to be in gratitude, like write every night before you. I will find the title of the book and let you know. And basically what it is, because right now I can't think of the title, but every night, and the author, she wrote that she was a very successful author. And then she went through a dip in life, right? And she went in depression, and she was like, and then somebody reminded her and was like, wait a minute, do you know what you've accomplished? Do you know how many books you wrote? So she made a room, her office, and surrounded herself with her accomplishments to remind herself who she is and who she was. And my lovely husband, you know what he did when I was in the midst of that? I had a #1 selling poster that I had, but I recreated another one with both my pregnancy. It was just me wrapped in a sheet. So I recreated it while I was pregnant. So he picked the one that reminded him as close as possible to the one that I recreated with each kid. And he blew it up. He blew it up in this huge poster, and he made me sign it. And I was like, I'm not signing that. He's like, yes, you are signing it because you need to remember the work that you have done. So it's on my wall in my home, huge poster with my signature in my own home. But that was like back to the exercise, to be in gratitude, because if you really look hard, we all have accomplished a lot. We've all been part of something great in this world. You know what I mean? Even if it means bearing two, kids, that is a huge accomplishment. And then raising them, it's like, so we all have.
And they survived, and they're healthy, and they have their own lives.
Exactly. So if you look in your life, there's quite a lot of things to be in gratitude for. So that is the book. That is the book that changed, that helped me.
That's so
much.
Yeah, we're going to put it in the show notes as well if you guys feel inspired by this talk. It's so beautiful. Monique, thank you so much. I really enjoyed every moment. And I think it's amazing how fast an hour passed by. I think we already made it over an hour, but we're just going to leave it. So I don't want to cut anything out. It was just too wonderful. Thank you so much for being part of this podcast today and taking the time.
My pleasure.
And thank you. And thank you to all our viewers and listeners. Thank you for making the time as well, listening to us talk about so many wonderful things, about this beautiful experience of your life, of your living spiritual greatness. And really, wow. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, dear. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.